Have you ever found yourself thinking, I don't think anything bad enough happened to me? My parents loved me. I shouldn't feel this way. Maybe you've never even considered therapy because walking through that door would mean admitting something is wrong. Or maybe the idea of it feels like a betrayal, like saying out loud that the people who raised you somehow fell short. And yet, something inside you has always felt fractured, disconnected, like parts of you are at war with each other and you've never quite known why. One of the most important and least understood truths in trauma research is this: you don't have to have been abused to have been hurt. The absence of something, consistent emotional attunement, repair after disconnection, a caregiver who was simply present, can shape a developing nervous system just as profoundly as the presence of something harmful. Researcher Edward Tronick demonstrated through decades of infant research that even loving, well-meaning caregivers are only emotionally in sync with their child about 30% of the time. That's normal. What matters developmentally isn't perfection, it's repair. The repeated experience of rupture followed by reconnection is what teaches a young nervous system that relationships are safe, that distress is temporary, and that comfort is available. When a caregiver is chronically unable to offer that repair, not because they didn't love their child, but because they were depressed, overwhelmed, grieving, or simply never taught how, the child's developing brain registers that absence as a threat. Neurobiologist Dr. Allan Schore's research showed us precisely what happens in those moments. In the infant brain, states become traits. When misattunement is frequent and repair is absent, the right brain, which governs emotional regulation, self-awareness, and our capacity for connection, develops under chronic stress. That stress doesn't disappear. It gets wired in. And Dr. Daniel Siegel's work in Interpersonal Neurobiology confirmed what clinicians were already seeing. The brain is a social organ. It literally develops in relationship. Disrupt the relationship, and you disrupt the development. This is where our earlier videos connect. When a child's emotional needs go chronically unmet, the mind does what it always does under impossible circumstances. It divides. Parts form. One part keeps reaching for connection. Another learns to need nothing. Another holds the grief that was never allowed. These parts are not disorders. They are adaptations. Brilliant, painful, necessary adaptations to a childhood where the emotional environment simply could not meet the child where they were. And here is what clinical work in ego state therapy and psychodynamic approaches continues to show. Those parts can be reached, they can be heard, they can be helped to understand that what they needed then and never received can begin to be provided now. Not by going back, but by going inward. If you've ever dismissed your own pain because it didn't look dramatic enough, I want you to hear this clearly. The research is unambiguous. Relational wounds are real wounds. Emotional absence leaves real marks. And you are just as deserving of understanding and healing as anyone who has ever walked through a therapist's door. If this opened something for you, A-like helps this reach others who are quietly carrying the same question. And if you'd like to keep walking this path together, you're warmly invited to subscribe. Until next time, be kind to every part of you. The way out is within.